Welcome today to lovely Brazil, and wow, what a day it's been. So, we had the Trump inauguration, and on the same day, what did the British government do? They did a lovely little cover up. Top headline this morning in the Telegraph was the Southport killers trial. Where is it now? Go check. Where is it now? It's not even anywhere near because Trump's inauguration has obviously swamped all the headlines and buried the most important story at the end. And in fact, there were three trials today, all set for the same day. Wow, what a coincidence. The only day they would know months in advance would be a day where the news would overshadow these. What was it? One was that terrorist, the MP or whatever, the MP, Labour MP who asked for jihad or something at a pro-Pali protest. So we've got him. I actually don't know what happened. We had another, so he was Muslim. Then we had another Muslim who stabbed a British soldier, went on him in a motorbike, stabbed the guy outside his front door, and then left. I actually don't know what happened there. And we had the Southport killers trial, who initially pleaded not guilty, but now has incredibly, no one has ever done this, no terrorist has ever done this, but he pleaded guilty. Do you know why? Because he was forced to by the government. He's been basically forced with a gun to his head. Please plead guilty. We're going to make sure you are not going to get a life sentence for killing 3 children. He killed 3 children. He stabbed another 7. And yet he will now probably, we don't know, but get less than a life sentence, which is outrageous for forget triple murder. This is a triple child murder. So that is what happened today. He pled guilty in order to cover up, because it would have been released during the trial, his connections with Starmer, everything would have been made public, what he did. He's from Rwanda. Starmer was the one who got his dad in. As we've said before, this is what happened, and now no one's going to know. Nigel Farage today said there's been a cover-up between Starmer and the police regarding the Southport stabber. Those were his exact words, a cover-up. He still cannot say it in Parliament. He was told as well, you are not allowed to use parliamentary privilege to discuss anything to do with the Southport stabber, which is, I've never heard of it. What did they threaten him with? I don't know. Well, same thing they probably threatened Andrew Bridgen with, and is now not an MP. That's what happens in the UK. They have something that, as Liz Truss said, it's as Liz Truss said it. Again, she was forced out as Prime Minister. They have the proverbial gun to your head. That's what she said. Not my words. That's her words. This is what's going on. And worst of all, 77 pro-Palestinian protesters were arrested at again, fighting against police. Exactly the same things as, well, much more than the actual rioters after the Southport riots. The guy who was just dancing, a guy who gestured against police, 3 years. A guy who was on the side of the riot, 3 years. A guy who tweeted about it, 3 years. 77 of them were just arrested. How many do you think will get 1 day in jail? I can already tell you. I'm not a judge. I'm not have any law degree. They will get 0 because it's not real justice. The UK has no real justice. It's a corrupt political prisoner state. It is as bad as the USSR. Remember, it jails more people than Russia does. It jails 10 times more people for hate speech than Russia does. Okay? Just get that through your head with 10 times, with half the population. That is the state of the UK. So they've covered up Southport, Nigel Farage's words. They've covered up this British soldier stabbing. The 77 Palestinian protesters will get nothing, while all the Southport stabbers will go to jail. And Nigel Farage said another point. He said if you would have revealed the truth about Southport, that he was a Muslim terrorist, still not being charged as such, by the way, you would still not being labelled as an Islamic terrorist. But if you would have done that, you wouldn't have had the Southport riots. Maybe you wouldn't have had them because everyone would have known, oh, it's more Islamic terrorism. It's the standard stuff. Okay, it was only because of the cover-up, because they refused to tell us, because they told him he was a sweet Christian schoolboy, right? That's Welsh schoolboy, that's all they told us. That's why it happened, because everyone knew it was a lie. And so, guys, this is where we are in the UK. The main 3 trials held on the same day as the Trump inauguration in order to blind you from the truth. to make you not see what's going on, all will get washed under. They'll come back up. And I'm still awaiting, my big trial I'm waiting for, is the Manchester police batterers, I don't know what you call them, the guys, the Muslims, who gave a black eye to a policewoman in Manchester Airport. Previously, they didn't want to get charged. They were taken into custody. There was a protest outside. They were immediately released in the same day, beating up a police officer. Then they didn't want to get charged. Farage said, I'm going to I'm going to prosecute them personally. So then suddenly the Crown prosecution said, okay, we're going to charge them. Let's see what happens. I reckon they'll get a minor community service, some joke. That's what will happen to them, while we have about 100 people serving 3 years because of the Southport riots. No criminal record, not allowed bail. Same day thrown into jail. 77 Palestinian protesters go off scot-free. That's why I'm in the home of even more tyranny, Brazil. It's even worse here. You've got to see what you're going to get up with. Banned X, trying to ban Meta unless they start censoring, rig their elections, and ban the opposition leader. That's where the UK's next, guys. Tin Pot Banana Republic.